Pittsburgh is a city in western Pennsylvania that has been a leader in sustainability for years. Pittsburgh is home to several nonprofit organizations whose mission is to create a healthier, happier, and more sustainable city. This semester, I had the privilege of interning with one of these organizations, the Green Building Alliance. Green Building Alliance is focused on making the built environment more sustainable and environmentally friendly through different education programs and building certification support.
So, Green Building Alliance is a regional green building nonprofit organization in Pittsburgh. We're almost 30 years old, and we're working towards a future where every building and every community is sustainable so that every person can thrive. And we work with a lot of different stakeholders in the built environment. I like to say that we're encouraging both supply and demand of green buildings, sort of from both sides. And some of the programs that we have that engage those stakeholders are we have a Green and Healthy Schools Academy. So that works with building, our K through 12 school facility managers, teachers, students, and superintendents to try to encourage a culture of sustainability in our schools. We have a Pittsburgh 2030 district, which really focuses on really major energy and water reductions in large scale commercial building. And one of our biggest marquee programs is the Inspire Speaker Series, which is a really great lecture circuit where we present thought leaders from Pittsburgh and around the country to help challenge us to think about what else could be possible in our region.
An important part of making the built environment more sustainable is through certifications, both for the individuals and for buildings. The green building standards included in the LEED certification are energy efficiency, water conservation, site and material selection, daylighting, and waste reduction.
So there are so many different standards or certifications you could pursue, but really the value that each of them bring is just that verification and comparing that particular building against best practices that have been researched and tested in the field.
Pittsburgh is the largest of 23 cities that are part of the 2030 District Program network. The 23 District Program is a new model for urban sustainability. There are over 520 million square feet of commercial building space and over 1,200 member organizations involved with the 2030 District Program mission. Pittsburgh alone has 86 million square feet and 556 buildings committed to the goals of this program, which are to reduce building energy use, water consumption, and transportation greenhouse gas emissions by 50% by the year 2030.
The Pittsburgh 2030 District is a really fantastic program because it's totally voluntary and it's a great example of how our community can come together towards a huge goal. So the GBA helps them achieve that by providing resources, helping them benchmark their building and show here's where you are and here's where you need to go. And then we aggregate all of that data so that we can show where the community is as a whole and just say, okay, here's where we are in our reductions, here's what we need to do. It also brings people together to share those resources and experiences and help each other kind of keep motivated over the long term. This is a very long-term program, and they meet together once a month where they can sort of share, here's a project that I did recently, here's how much it cost me, here's my payback. It just helps them learn from each other and move the whole community towards a major goal. We really provide spaces where people can learn from each other and motivate each other. And so in the 2030 district, that might be where different building owners are kind of pushing each other along to reach a big goal. In our K through 12 community, what's really fun is that a lot of times we bring together schools that might be very different, maybe a rural school and an urban school, but they all end up understanding and realizing that they all have the same challenges. And so they can really support each other in reaching their goals too.
2020 presented many new and different challenges. With the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, many businesses have shut down or needed to drastically change the way they operate. The Green Building Alliance is no different. Employees have been working from home since the initial quarantine. However, just because things may look and work differently, it doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Our staff was impacted. We've all been working from home since the start of the pandemic. One of the things that has come out of working from home is that we've actually somehow been able to collaborate even better than before over Zoom. But we've really been working incredibly well as a team since we went online, and it's been really neat to sort of continue to build those internal relationships. Externally, one of the major challenges we had at the beginning was that we do a ton of public events every year where we're in person, we're eating food together, we're touring buildings. We do over 100 of those every year. And so our huge challenge at the very beginning was figuring out how to pivot that programming online, but also really determining what do our stakeholders need right now.
The efforts made by the Green Building Alliance and other organizations around the city are what will help Pittsburgh accomplish their goals of being a more sustainable city. Through the different community and organization partnerships, building and individual certifications, and the 2030 District Program, Pittsburgh will be a happier and healthier city.